and welcome back to Kev's Taste of Enchantment. Good evening. Today we're going to make some mashed potatoes that are smothered in green chili ground beef. It's a nice comfort food. So I'll give you our ingredients. We've got a pound of ground beef. We've got 5 potatoes because that's all I had for today. So we'll have to make do. We're not going to use the whole stick of butter. We're going to use about a half stick of butter for the mashed potatoes and then another teaspoon or 2 for the green chili sauce. We've got 1.5 cups of chicken broth, 1.5 cups of green chili. We've got our milk for mixing up the mashed potatoes when we're ready to do that, and our favorite spices, some cumin and garlic salt. With that, let's get started. I'll do some prep work and then I'll show you where we're at and we'll go from there. Alrighty, we're back. So I've done a little bit of prep work. I've peeled my potatoes. I've got them boiling. I've ground up my ground beef, and I'm melting the butter to make green chili sauce. As far as potatoes go, basically what you want to do is you want to boil them until you can stick a fork all the way through and they're nice and soft to make mashed potatoes. They're still not done yet because Colorado takes forever for stuff to boil up here because of the altitude. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take about a 1/4 cup of this chicken broth and I'm going to put it here in the Instapot. Come on around over here, Dan, so they can see a little bit better. And then I've got 1.25 cups of, or 1.5 cups, pardon me. I'm going to take about a half cup, and then I'm going to take about a half a cup of this green chili, and I'm going to put it here in the Instapot blender, and then I'm just going to blend it up really quick, so that way we've got some sauce along with some green chili. So I'm just going to hit the pulse button really quick. It's going to count down. It's supposed to count down. There we go. And that's going to be good for that. Then I chopped up about a half of onion, which is roughly about a half a cup of onion. We want to put it over here into our butter, and we want to get it sauteing. You want to cook down the onion till it's translucent, and then once we've cooked down that onion till it looks translucent, we're going to add in 3 tablespoons of flour. I forgot to mention that in the ingredients earlier, but we will add 3 tablespoons of flour, and then we will add the rest of our green chili plus the green chili sauce. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and cut away really quick, let this turn translucent, and I will show you the next step in the process. Alrighty, so we've got our onions all nice and sauteed. What we're going to do is we're going to come over here to our flour, and we're going to get our 3 tablespoons of flour. So that way we can stir this around. We can make a little bit of a roux, which is going to help thicken up this green chili sauce a little bit. Set that over there. So we're going to stir this around with the onion, just like so. And it's going to stick all over the onion and make the onion look a little funky. Not funky, but you know, it's going to coat the onion as we stir it around. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in the green chili that we blended. Like so. I'll set this guy off to the side for now. We're going to add in the rest of our ingredients, which is the cup of chicken broth and the green chili sauce here. I mean, not the green chili sauce, I'm sorry, the green chilies. And now we're just going to stir this around. We're going to let it simmer. We'll add a little bit of garlic, salt, and cumin to it. I suggest that you add to whatever your preferred taste is. Once this is simmered for a while, we're going to transfer this over. Maybe not all of it, I might save some of it, but we're going to transfer this over to the ground beef. And then in just a minute, we are going to make our mashed potatoes. And then when everything's prepped and ready, we'll build it up and we'll see what Daniel has to think. So we'll be back in a minute. Alrighty, so we've got our mashed potatoes here, or not our mashed potatoes yet, will be mashed potatoes. We've got our potatoes boiled, and like I said, you want to let them boil until you could stick a fork in it and it slides through nice and easy. Specific boil times and cook times are kind of hard for me to tell you because, like I said earlier, the altitude here in Colorado, water boils at a lower temperature. So I'm going to make these nice and buttery. I've got 4 tablespoons of butter right here. I was going to use 3, but you know what? I'm going all in, and I'm going to use 4 tablespoons of butter. And I'm going to use a splash of milk to start off with. We're going to raise our bowl up here, and we're going to turn our blender on. Guy up. So we've got some nice buttery mashed potatoes here. Now occasionally what you want to do is you want to get yourself a spatula. Now you can also use a hand mixer on this. And I know, Kim, if you're listening, that this is a blender and the other one is a hand mixer. You could use a hand mixer as well if you don't have not a blender, a KitchenAid. Whatever. You could use a hand mixer to make your mashed potatoes as well. I'm going to add another little splash of milk. Not too much, just to make them nice and creamy. I'm going to scoop all this down in here just to make sure that it gets well blended. We'll fire this guy up again. There's my Pooch Rocco. He's definitely wanting to eat some of this. So there we go. We've got our mashed potatoes there. I'm going to take the mixing bit off here. If I can figure it out. I've never done this before. Oh my gosh, I'm not sure how. I'm kidding. Alright, I'll throw this guy in the sink over here. Alrighty, so I transferred over the mashed potatoes into my Copper Chef pan here, so I could throw it on the stove and put it on warm to keep it warm. I'm going to add a little garlic salt. I'm just going to sprinkle it over like so. Not going to give you a measurement because I want you to use your taste buds to measure how much you want of garlic flavor. Me personally, I do like that garlic potato flavor. So I'm going to add just a little bit more because I love it. That buttery garlic flavor is so good. Alrighty, so I'm gonna stir that around in there. I'm gonna put this over here on the stove, put it on my warm setting. Now, we're gonna come over here, and like I said, I already had my ground beef all grilled up, browned up. I made more green chili than I actually needed for this particular recipe. However, this green chili is good for all kinds of other stuff. So we're going to put it all in here, and we're going to stir it around. What you want to do is you want to have a liberal amount of green chili with me. You know what? Actually, you know what? This is just how good I am. And I'm kidding with you guys. I am the chef that loves to cook for everybody. But that right there is going to be your perfect consistency. I thought I might have made a little bit too much green chili, but that's going to be your perfect consistency. But what we're going to do here is we're going to let this sit here and simmer for about 15 minutes. I'm going to do a little cleanup here in the kitchen so it's not a mess. We're going to let this meld, and then we are going to serve up Daniel, and we're going to see what Daniel has to think. Maybe even ask Taz and Rocco what they have to think as well. So we'll see you in a minute. So now it's time to serve Daniel up. We're going to serve him up with some nice mashed potatoes right here. We're going to throw some of this green chili meat mixture here. And what you want to do is you want to smother those mashed potatoes with that green chili meat mixture. Alrighty. So now we're going to serve it up to Daniel. We're going to see what he has to think. It's hot, buddy. Sorry. And I don't mean spicy hot, I mean it's temperature hot.
It's good.
It's good?
Yeah.
It's good? What would you give it?
An 8.3.
An 8.3. Alrighty. Alright, Daniel, thank you very much. Well, thank you all for watching my video. If you like my videos, hit the subscribe button so that way you can get to see every new video that I put out. Also hit the like button. That'll help me out, and you know, hit notifications. That way you will see every time I put out a new video, and I'll just keep pumping them out and sharing stuff with you, and eventually I'm going to spread out and I'm going to make some new stuff as well. So thank you for watching. Have a good night, everybody. Bye.